Welcome back to Arizona Home Tours. Today we are here at Combs Ranch looking at two gorgeous models from Taylor Morrison. If you want an RV garage, you want a toy garage, this is the tour for you, and I'll see you inside. This first home we're looking at, this is the Compass model. This is 2,228 square feet, single story, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, plus a toy garage, which is right on the other side. We'll check that out at the end of this home, just so you can see exactly what it is. I'll show you the back side of it though. It's a really cool, just unique space, something you don't see a lot of. For those of you who don't want an RV garage, this one fits that need sort of. Now the base price here is $535. Your final price, when it's all said and done, gonna be around $610, depending on what options that you select or that are selected in that quick move-in. So a lot of people are going around 80 grand, give or take, from that base price. So we'll go here in a moment. Those are a couple of the bedrooms, another bathroom. Now, Combs Ranch, this is the Journey collection. A lot of different collections to choose from out here, depending on your price point, your budget, again, what it is that you're looking for, kind of your must-haves when it comes to the home. I love how open this is. Now, normally I don't like where it goes kitchen, dining, living room, but this one, it works really well. Just a really nice floor plan out here. Again, base price $535, $990. This is the Compass 228 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, beautiful kitchen, a nice cabinetry. I love what they've done with the colors out here. Now, Combs Ranch, great location too. Easy to get to what you need. Queen Creek, Santan Valley, so close to Gilbert Mesa. And I live in Gilbert. This is really close to home, close to the gym. Actually, I just left the gym and shot right over here. So I get this video out to you guys today. What do you think so far? Now today we're gonna be looking at two homes, like I said in the beginning of this video. So do you like when I show 2 homes, 3 homes at once, or do you prefer just the single home videos? One more look at from your island onto your dining and kitchen. I interrupt this tour to remind you of this. If you are looking at a new home, new construction, remember, the sales reps, while they're amazing people, great to work with, they work for the builder. If you want someone to have your best interest in mind, make sure you are protected and taken care of, make sure you're working with an agent. Now, if you don't have an agent that you are working with, that's where I come into play. If you want someone who can walk you through the process, make sure you are taken care of, and someone you can trust, all my contact information is below. Again, the sales reps, great people, amazing to work with, but to make sure you are protected, make sure you're working with an agent. Now, let's get back to the tour. Now, when it comes to buying a new home, a lot of things you want to look at, right? What's your price? What's your budget? What do you need in that new home? Are you buying strictly on price? Do you care about, the amenities of the neighborhood, that master plan community? You want the lake, the pool, the clubhouse, the parks, interest rates. A lot of builders right now, almost all of them, I haven't been in a community yet where they're not offering an incentive, at least as of late. So out here, they are offering some incentives. So it really depends on, what it is you're looking for from quick moving to buying. But they offer some great rates, also some closing cost assistance. So if that is of importance to you, just reach out to me and I'll get you the most up-to-date information regarding all of that. And we'll check out your primary bedroom. I love the floor here before we head in. I like that it's all uniform throughout. You don't have multiple floor options in this home. I'm not saying multiple floor option, but multiple floor changes. But we do transition into a tile from this flooring we had in the bedroom. So for my team tub people, you do have a nice big deep tub. And right next to it, a nice glass shower. Plenty of space here, tile work looks great. And with that, even though it looks great, your home may look great. You're buying a new home, you think nothing's wrong. Still have a home inspection. Please do yourself a favor. Do not skimp out. Try and save a few dollars. And I love the sales reps. They do a great job. A lot of times they're going to say, no, you don't need an inspection. It's been done. Just do yourself the peace of mind. You'll thank yourself later. Have the home inspected. And most sales reps, they should understand that. And you're buying it. It's your essential insurance policy. You need that, especially if there's anything wrong, and there always is. So get that done. Now here's this flex room. So you can almost have this as a dining space, depending on what you want to use it for. If you don't want to go from, switch back around, if you don't want the kitchen, dining, living, maybe you can make this your dining space if you don't want to use it as a flex room. But I like what they've done with the built-ins here, little bench. I said bench. I don't want to hear any, I don't want to get any nasty emails. And then here you have, so that's a sales office, but that will eventually be the garage when they go to sell this model. But they just opened this collection a few weeks ago. You also have great views of the mountains out here. And for those of you who are moving here from somewhere else or looking to, which is most of my client base, relocation, I did the same thing. Where are you moving from? Where are you watching this from? Let me know in the comments. It's always kind of fun to check in, see where everyone's coming from. I've had a lot of folks in the Pacific Northwest, California, the Midwest like myself. And what is your reason for moving? What drew you to Arizona? Here's the other bathroom, obviously. Nice tile work. I like that they didn't use the cheap surround. And we're going to check out the other bedroom, and then I'm going to show you the outside so you can get a good idea of what that lot looks like. Again, your home is not going to look like that in your backyard. It's just going to be bare. Now, some builders, they will do some rock, maybe a tree or two, a couple plants, but typically it's just dirt, and then you have to finish that on your own. And some builders, they'll allow you to finance in, pool. I don't know if we stopped in here yet, but we're going to peek right in. Make sure I don't miss anything. And I'm also going to show you that toy garage. So don't think we're going to miss that. So let's check out the backyard. And I like this door, how it just stacks open. Now it doesn't go into the cavity of the wall like some builders do. Toll Brothers, they have that option. David Weekley does. I'm not sure if Taylor Morrison offers that at all, but I like you just have more open space. Especially right now as I shoot this, it is in early November. It's beautiful out. High of 86 today, nice and sunny, clear blue skies, no forecast of snow, but still a really good space out here in your backyard. You see you got mountains out there in the distance, palm trees around, and here is that toy garage. I'll go on the other side so you can see that too, but just to show you this spot of it. But great depth here, tons of room for storage. That's one thing Arizona homes don't really have, and that is a lot of storage options. But let's go over to the next one, and I'll see you inside. This next gorgeous home we're looking at, this is the Overland. Now this home is 2,892 square feet, single story home, 3 bedrooms. You can get in 2.5 to 3 bathrooms, 2-car garage. But my favorite part, right here, the RV garage. You also have a flex room. You can have another flex room, an optional 4th bedroom. Now this home starts at a base price, $650 and $990. Final price, again, determined by the options, upgrades you select. Most people, according to the sales rep, spend around 80 grand or take. So, from that base price. So you're gonna be, around, a little north of $700,000 on this one. So right when you walk in, nice and open. I love the entryway here. And you have a couple bedrooms up front, and we'll get to those momentarily. But I want to get you into some of my favorite parts of this home. So gorgeous entry, taking you right into this nice and open kitchen and living room space. Now check out this massive island. I love the lighting they've selected here. Now, as I mentioned in a lot of videos, every time I'm out doing a new tour of any kind, whether it's resale, new construction, I was like, could I live here? Now, the first home, I loved it. It was gorgeous. I was like, yeah, not for me. I like it, but what is it? This one though I saw, like this would be the one I select really because of that RV garage. And we'll get to that momentarily. But just check out the size of this island. I just picture myself, my daughters, girlfriend, all just sitting around here, the dog, waiting for someone to drop a piece of food. And if you have a German Shepherd, you know the biggest babies you'll ever meet. Now he will die and protect me like no other. Same for the kids, but the biggest baby, almost human-like. Gorgeous backsplash, and I love what they've done just with the layout of this home. And tons of cabinet and countertop space here. So if you need room for storage, pots, pans, dishes, whatever, they have it here. And I like how it's open. Now, this is not, again, my favorite setup with kitchen, dining, living room, but I get it. You know, they had to stage a certain way. I assume most people are probably going to be eating right there at the island. So it's nice to have that. Then you have nice big living room. And I love the built-ins here, from the shelving to the cabinetry down below, and even this countertop. So are you one who would want an RV garage, which you will see, I promise, or do you like the idea of the toy garage from the home we saw prior to this one? And if you want more information on the other collections out here, just let me know, shoot me a message. Again, all my contact information is in the description. A lot of you come over, follow me on Instagram. We communicate over there. All right, I'm going to show you the primary bedroom, and then I'll show you the first other bedrooms up front, and then I promise I'll show you that RV garage and I'll show you the backyard. So here is your primary bedroom. I mean, it's nice. Nothing, nothing crazy. Just a great space, good lighting in here. Now keep in mind, for those of you who are looking at new construction and you want to look at one that's already built and they have some specs, if you want to see the list of quick move-ins, shoot me a message and then I'll get that to you. And then a lot of my clients, I'll go do a video of those so you can see the exact layout, exactly how it looks. Because this is the model. This is the prettiest of all versions. And some of the specs, some of the bedrooms may not have ceiling fixtures mounted. They may have, may be something you have to do on your own. Some of the, hardware is going to be different. So sometimes these models look great, and you get in there, then you see the home you're actually getting, and it's like, oh, well, that's not what I want the done up version, which you can absolutely do. But the quick move-ins, they've already made those selections for you. So it's nice to get a really good idea. So I try and, let people know that while this looks great, it may not be the exact version of the home you're getting. Now you can do that. Obviously, you can spec your home out when you're building your own to look and be like this, minus the furniture and design. But the quick move-ins usually aren't done with that. It depends on the pricing too. Because think about when the builder, if they want to, their goal is to sell those. So if they make all of their quick move-ins, the top of the line, everything, and they have it priced so high, that may sit. Now, not always. Some builders operate a little bit differently. Some just do packages where they don't give you that many options or upgrades. Taylor Morrison typically isn't one of those where it's, just looking at low cost. A lot of times I'm not able to go into the garages, but this one I am. So I'm going to show you this garage. So here's this one, pretty standard, nothing too fancy there. It's just a garage. But I like when you come to the garage, you have storage space, countertop, throw your keys, book bags, whatever. And then back to the front, show you these two bedrooms. Now the bedrooms, I gotta say, not large. Pretty just basic, boring bedrooms. Not a lot of space here. Have you noticed there's no dresser? Because the bedroom is not big. So think about where you put a dresser. So you could put a dresser over there, and then it would just be tight. Maybe you don't have those, nightstands, and you change the way your bed is. Then we have your other bathroom. Same hardware and countertop we saw in the kitchen. I do like the flooring they've chosen here though. And your tile. But keep in mind, when you're looking at these tours, a lot of it isn't like, oh, I like this feature, I like this finish. Yeah, that's great. But do you like the layout? Do you like the options, the possibilities? Do you like the neighborhood, the incentives, the pricing? It's really just to kind of get you interested and then make a decision. All right, what does the pricing actually look like? And I'm happy to send you all that information, all the specs, all that stuff. All right, as promised, real quick. So there's your RV garage, but right across from that, you have this other big bedroom. When I first came in, I was like, oh, is this the primary? Because their closet sucks. Sorry, that was my first thought. I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd, but this is a nice big bedroom. So it'll be great for those if you have visitors or not, what you want to use that for. But it is a nice large room. May you have kids who want to share a bedroom and they have their own bathroom, which is nice. Let's walk-in shower. All right, now let's check out that RV garage before we go outside. So this is glass. It's not going to be glass on the final home. They just do that so you can see it. So this made me want to buy this house. This huge overhead door. Tall ceilings. And finally some space for storage. It'd be great. As I look at it, my God, it'd be great from my office, gym, toys, whatever. And there's a few builders that do RV garages. There's some builders that do them that I would never move into. And the quality is just poor. But I love this one. All right, let's go outside. I'm going to show you what the lot looks like. Just give you a little idea. Now keep in mind, as I mentioned in every video, your backyard won't look like this, but it just gives you an idea. So they got nice travertine tile. Now you will have the covered space here. And sometimes they do put the pavers or patio down, it just depends on the builder. And then even community by community, collection by collection. But just to give you an idea of the space. So there's tons of room back here, more than you would think. Great views of the mountains back there. Nice pool. Got Superstition Mountains over there. Nice side yard. I don't know if you can see them or not. And go over here, show you this side. But what do you think so far? Which of these homes would you buy? Which would you pass on? Or is it neither? Like I said, if you have questions, reach out to me. Like, I'm happy to send you any info, specs, whether it's this community, another one. And I work the entire valley. So what did you think of today's tour? If you have any questions, you want some more information on this home or any home here in the valley and you want to work together, make sure you reach out to me. All my contact information is below. Follow me over on Instagram, but more importantly, watch that next tour. It's Rich Brecklin with Real Broker. This is Arizona Home Tours.